Hey guys, it's Olivia here from Olivia's Catastrophe and welcome to part 2 of my reading vlog. This is the second week of Owl's Magical Read-a-thon, day 8 for me, and we are going to reading vlog it. So I'm about to go off to the school, and if you missed part 1 of this video, just click up there or link down below to go and check it out. I'm going off to the school. I'm either going to work a full day or a half day. It depends on how well the teacher is, and as I am running a little bit late, I'll check in later. See you guys. Hey guys, so we've kind of skipped a day. It's day 10 of the readathon, and we skipped a day because yesterday I went to work at the primary school and I got back and I was just so tired. But anyway, I've been doing a lot of reading and I've just really been loving reading lately. So let's get on to the books that I read. So the first book that I read was The Glass Magician by Charlie and Holmberg. I finished it and that was me passing my potions exam, and yes, I really like this book, but it was also just okay at the same time. I'll explain that more in my wrap up. As well as that, I've started to listen to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. That's the last one. I've been listening to this while I cycle to and from the school for work, and I am liking it. What is this? I am shooketh. I am liking a Harry Potter book, but I've only read 4 hours of 24 hours. So I just hope it stays good, fingers crossed, because then maybe for once I can give a Harry Potter book a more than 3-star rating. That would be amazing if I could do that. What else have I been reading? I've been continuing my buddy read with Madison Green for Scythe. We have read 6 chapters now, which is like a fifth of the way through. This book, like what? And I really love the world. I really love Rowan, but Citra is just not a character that's gripping me yet. And as well as that, I have read 70% of the Nowhere Girls. And what, guys, why is this book not as famous as Thug? Imagine Thug, but the main theme they're trying to tackle is not racism, but in this case it's rape culture and sexual assault. It is such a girl empowering book, and I just legit cannot. I'm already 70% of the way through and I'm already like, I love this book, like hands down. Just I cannot. I feel so angry reading it, but activism angry. Wow. But anyway, let's get on to life today. We are going to take 6 photos for Instagram. We are going to do yoga. We are going to work on my next assignment. I've done those 6 poems for my Shakespeare one, and you know, because they're the same deadline, I kind of have to do 2 assignments at once, so I'll talk about the other ones soon. And yeah, let's just see how the day goes. I hope I have time to read, because lately I've been doing all of my reading in the middle of the night when I should be asleep because I haven't had any time for reading. Cry. Anyway, okay, I don't know why I have so much energy this morning. Let's do some Instagram photos. So today's day 11 and I didn't do much vlogging yesterday because I was just being really productive and I didn't have time to vlog, but I stayed up till 2 AM last night and I finished reading the Nowhere Girls, and I could not even with that book. I just wanted to like throw myself into the sun or something. I'm not even being over dramatic. I know I said I would give 2-word summaries, but I just can't, because this book is amazing. Everybody should read it. Major trigger warnings for sexual assault and rape culture, but just guys, it's so brilliant. Absolutely. So glad to finally have read a 5-star book, because the previous 3 books I've read for this readathon have been 4 stars, no, 3 stars. So finally that is my 4th book, which means I've passed my 4th owl. I don't know what I'm going to be reading next, but my buddy read of Lily Blue needs to happen today. I need to read because suddenly my partner shot up to chapter 40 and I'm on chapter 20. Lol. But I can read this very fast, so I'll be reading this today. We're doing the same as yesterday pretty much. Yoga, photos, working on my crime fiction essay, and this time I really will like tell you about my crime fiction essay and vlog the experience. And yeah, we're gonna get going onto that. I also want to blog hop today because I've been a terrible blogger lately. I've just been throwing my posts into the void and not really commenting back on anybody else's posts, which just makes me sad, but I just haven't had the time. But you know, today I'm making the time. Simone, are you happy to be working here with me while I take photos? Oh my goodness, my hair is a mess. But I thought it's time for me to tell you about my crime fiction essay. And just so you know, a blanket is totally a necessity when you're writing an essay. So my crime fiction essay is going to be about Father Brown. He's in the Father Brown stories by G.K. Chesterton. I didn't talk about them in any of my wrap-ups because I never read a whole collection. I just read like 12 selected short stories, or 6, which is quite a few, you know. But it wasn't a book finish, so I didn't really count it for anything or mention it in a wrap-up. But anyway, I thought they were really good, and so I've centered my essay on him, and I'm comparing him to other detectives from the Golden Age, because he is the only one who is like a priest. Well, he's a father, but yeah, Father Brown. And he uses faith and reasoning combined to solve his mysteries, whereas, you know, Poirot and Miss Marple tend to go towards the psychological side where they're detecting. And then you've got detectives like Inspector Allen in Niall Marsh's books who uses logic more or less. So I'm comparing him to these other detectives, and yeah, that's my essay. And I'm just going to show you a little bit about how I plan my essays, because that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just doing my essay plan, and once I've got my essay plan done, it's very easy for me to hammer out my essay because of how I do things. Enjoy this like English literature part of this video. This block here is one paragraph. I aim for my paragraphs to be about 500 words because my essay is 5,000 words, so if I have about 500 words for the introduction and conclusion combined, I can easily split it up into planned paragraphs. See, I have my topic sentence, and then I have my primary sources, and I at least find 2 primary sources per paragraph. Then I at least find 1 secondary source and kind of explain what they say, so I know how to put that in my essay. Then I put my opinion and argument that I'm arguing for this paragraph, and then I put my conclusionary sentence, which summarizes my thoughts for this paragraph. And I do that practically, yeah, all the time. I just repeat this method, build up my essay from that. And because I do so much writing in my plan, basically what I need to do at the end is just take all of this and just make it into like essay talk. So my essay is pretty much 75% written by the time I've finished my plan. Don't mind me still like wearing the Shadowhunter stuff. I'm not taking it off because I want to pull a prank on my mom where I tell her I got a tattoo. She's not going to fall for it, but it's going to be fun anyway. So let's look at my desk setup for when I'm writing an essay. We've also got my water bottle because stay hydrated, it's good for your brain. Ignore these books because these are just for blog things. However, these are the crime fiction like novels that I'm working with, where I'm quoting from and all of that jazz. G.K. Chesterton is back in England, which was a mistake on my part, but this essay is not due before then. I've got a PDF version and I'll, yeah, double check page counts. This one is for when I was doing my Shakespeare. You might be thinking like, why do you have Blue Lily Blue and Rebecca on your desk? Well, I'm someone who really needs a lot of breaks when I do studying. So what I do is I'm planning one huge paragraph, reading 2 chapters of Blue Lily Lily Blue, and then reading 1 chapter of Rebecca, and then going back to planning again. So that's kind of how I work, because I'm someone who likes to multitask and break things into smaller pieces. So I just kind of need book breaks while I study. And then yeah, these are all my notes from the classes. One of these packets is focused on one of the books that we studied. So that's all my notes, and then that's my notebook of like handwritten notes. So yeah, it's just all spread out in a mess. I just work better with mess. And that's my setup. Hey guys, good morning. Like, how is it the 12th of April already? I feel like the month of April is almost halfway and I've simultaneously done everything and nothing, if that is frankly possible. But let's talk about reading. Oh my gosh, I'm such a cringe person. Anyway, so yesterday I read a lot of Blue Lily Lily Blue when I was studying and taking my breaks, because I finished my whole essay plan, which is 3,000 words long, and I've got 5,000 words of an essay to write, so that's pretty good. And I just cannot reading this book. I just... because when I first read this book, there's a ship in this one that I did not ship at all. It's now my favourite ship, probably one of my favourite ships ever. And I didn't ship it at all when I read the book for the first time round. And now that I'm reading it again, I just psychoanalyze every single scene where they're in it together or where they have an interaction, and I just cannot deal with it. We read to page 322. There's like 60 pages left, so we're almost right at the end, and I've really enjoyed rereading this one. It makes me want to reread The Raven King, but I cannot do that because I've got to stick to my Owls TBR. I also read about 13% of The Silent Songbird on my Kindle. I just think it's okay. I'm not that interested in it right now, but I've started, and this was the book that I said in my Owls TBR that I actually wasn't that excited for, so I'm not actually expecting to like it, but I just want to read it, review it, and tell the publisher that I've finally done it. And I also started Rebecca on my breaks. I only read like 12 pages, so like can I actually count that? But yeah, I'm just realizing that this is going to take me ages to read, and it's not going to be a quick read. I haven't been listening to my audiobook because I've been working at home and I don't listen to my audiobook when I work. Also, I wanted to tell you the reason why I'm taking so many bookstagram photos is because of the fact that I want to take a whole backlog for a year. I want to be able to not take any bookstagram photos for a whole year and still have enough to post once every 2 days. Which is why I'm taking so many photos between today, like between April, May, June. I'm planning to just take photos almost every day so that I can have that year-long backlog, because that's something I really need and would really like, especially with things that are coming in the future. Why do I drop so many hints and tell you guys nothing? So today we've written 1,000 words of the crime fiction essay, which looks really good. Also, right now I'm very, very upset because we were going to watch a movie. We were going to watch The Hate You Give because my mum, my sister and me have all, sorry, let me turn the light on, have all watched it, and we were so excited to watch the movie adaptation on Apple TV. And why couldn't we watch it, Simone?
I didn't have it!
They didn't have it. And was I upset?
Yes.
I was really upset, guys. I just want to watch The Hate You Give. I'm so mad that it didn't get so much advertising like it deserved all the advertising. There's just so many different little things that also making me mad. So because I have the best sister in the world, she just talked to me for like an hour and a half, and we talked about like our ships in books and weddings and different things that I just love, and she's just made me so much happier. So now I've got Rebecca and I'm just going to read until I fall asleep because it's like 10 p.m. No, it's 11 p.m. so maybe an hour's reading and then time for bed. Hey guys, so it's the next morning and we're going to go out and do some fun things today, like have lunch with my family because it's my last weekend here at home. And also one of my primary school teachers who used to teach me has had a baby, and I'm going to go and see the baby. I don't think I'm going to film because that would be awkward. But before I went to bed I only read like to page 21 of Rebecca, and I'm just really not feeling it. I don't know if it's Rebecca or if I'm in a reading slump, because as you know, these past 3 months of the year in total I've read over 50 books in 3 months, and some of you recently subscribed to me when that started to happen, when I started to read a lot more and I had a lot more time for reading, and it was literally all I wanted to do. But I don't really feel like reading anymore, which is terrible because it's owls, but I might have to just switch out my TBR and read a lot of novellas and comics if I want to be an alchemist, because I'm just really not feeling reading at the moment, which is okay. You're allowed to have months where you don't read much, and it's not like I'm in a reading slump because I have read 4 books this month already. I'm just not in the mood to read like novels that are full length or just read along, kind of enjoying other bits of life lately. I whipped out my childhood train set for this bookstagram photo. Maybe I should make a train track. Hair done. It's a bit slanted on my head, but we don't care around here. We are going to go and have lunch, and then we are going to visit my primary school teacher's newborn baby. I love kids. Lying. They were not lying when they said it was cold. I wish I was wearing a jumper, but my hair's all nice, so I'm not going to change. Got the baby a onesie, and we are now on our way to see the cute baby. Hey guys, it's a blanket kind of day, so I've kind of just lost track of the days in this vlog and just been like vlogging life. But I just finished rereading Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater, and it was brilliant. I just fangirled all the way through, and when I finished The Raven King, I wasn't sure if this or The Raven King was my favourite, but it's safe to say that this is my favourite book in the series. This means that I passed my herbology exam, and unfortunately it also means that The God of Small Things has been kicked off my TBR. That would have been a bit of a longer read for me, so I'm glad to have shed it for a bit of a lighter, easier one for me to fly through because I've read it already. Today's the 14th of April, so it's day 14, and I'm going to end this vlog here, start the next one. And I'm actually not that bad. I've not been reading books to become a librarian, so I guess I'm still going for Alchemist. I've finished 5 out of 12 exams. Finish one more by the end of the 15th. It means I'm halfway through all the owls when it's halfway through the month, which is perfect. However, all my bigger books are the ones that I have for the rest of the readathon, so I don't know if I'm going to be doing some more switcheroos to my TBR, but we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to stick to it as much as possible, but I just haven't been in that kind of mood. Sorry if my excitement level is a bit not feeling the best today. Got a couple of cramps, hence why we have a blanket. And somewhere, yeah, we have a hot water bottle. We got medicine. It's that kind of day, folks, that kind of day. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next reading vlog. Thank you to the people who've been watching them. Please let me know in the comment section down below what is your favourite book to reread. And if you don't reread, why don't you reread? Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to be updated every time I have a new video. And I'll see you guys in another one. Goodbye.